At the foot of the Mau Forest, one of the oldest tribes in Kenya found an abode years ago. The Ogiek community settled as hunters and gatherers, initially coexisting in a sustainable manner with the forest. They used the forest as a resource to hunt for food and fruits as well as beekeeping.
Akanionesha hewa ya misitu ni kitu ambayo kama dawa ya binadamu. Sababu ukiingia misitu wakati kama jusi wakati ya kiangazi, ukiingia tu misitu ukimbia uingie kwa misitu unasikia umerudi uhai. Kwa sababu damu imerudi chini, imepata hewa mzuri.
The community is among the few that have held on to their cultural beliefs that have contributed directly to the degradation of the forest. The culture of the Ogiek demands that for every child who is born, a hyrax has to be slaughtered and the skin taken to wrap and hold the newborn. The meat of the animal is then eaten to celebrate the infant.
Huyu mnyama aikai mbugani, anakaa ndani ya misitu. Na jamii ya Ogiek, watoto ya Ogiek, wa mama ya Ogiek kujifungua. Hata akienda maternity, asaye maternity, kufika nyumbani mpaka ashikwe na ngozi ya islands.
Mzee Memusi Ngusilo is emphatic. The forest belongs to the Ogiek.
Sisi jamii ya Ogiek bila kuwa ndani ya misitu ni kama samaki ile ambayo umetoa ukaweka jangwani.
But the community's quest for identity and survival has had a direct impact on the population of the hyrax, which is now facing extinction. Owing to the expanding population over the years, the Ogiek have been assimilated by other communities, thus they no longer hold on tightly to their culture. Depending on who you ask, the Mau Forest Complex is a hot potato. Responses here are varied, as each one feels he has a right to the forest.
Tunataka tu tuachiwe hiyo kasehemu ambayo tumetoa mavi yake, ili usawa yetu apate kusongea, tukifika mwisho turudi rivers.
The human activity further weighs down Aboso Hills in Kapchumbe. The hills stand out like a sore thumb since the hill has been stripped bare of its vegetation. Yet, Aboso Hill in Bomet County is of great importance, being one of the catchment areas for rivers that flow into Transmara sub-county.
It is true that Aboso Hill is a water catchment area of this area. A lot of water is coming from that hill, Aboso.
It is the source of the main tributaries of River Sondomiriu that has the Sondomiriu hydroelectric power plant.
The Ministry of Energy have gotten conscious that without a well-maintained forest, then catchments will be destroyed. So they are coming up. We are asking them to come on board so that we can help in sustaining the production of water for production of energy.
It is also a source of rivers that fill up two dams, Chesambai and Chesonoi. The local administration is in a dilemma because the hill is private land, but they have resolved to engage the owners to begin afforestation activities. While the pulling and pushing continues in the Masai Mau, Nyangores forest remains intact.
These trees, when they plant, also they protect the soil from erosion.
Our own forest here is a natural forest. It's a closed canopy forest. But on the other side of this Mau forest, there are plantations.
It is the main source of River Nyangores, a tributary of River Mara. It maintains the hydrological cycle needed to feed the 400-kilometer River Mara that flows through the famous Masai Mara Game Reserve into the Serengeti and back to Lake Victoria via Musoma in Tanzania. The community Forest Association is optimistic that with government support, Nyangore's forest will not suffer the fate of Mau forest that has undergone excisions of thousands of hectares. But grazing of livestock in the forest undermines efforts to maintain the forest.
People actually go into the forest with their animals. Our problem is these animals actually overgraze the forest.
Chepalungu Forest in Bomet County and Kapchumbe Block bore the brunt of the 2007 to 2008 post-election violence when villagers invaded the forest and cleared all the trees. But the Kenya Forest Service has embarked on rehabilitating the forest, and to some extent, they are succeeding.
A best practice that could be emulated is the efforts being taken in Chepalungu Forest. The community in Kapchumbe is taking the bull by the horns. Forests of all types, including woodlands and trees, are of great importance. Forests and trees store carbon through carbon sequestration, in which carbon is broken from carbon dioxide, leaving the carbon in the barks of the trees and releasing oxygen into the atmosphere. Forests act as purifiers of the air and help to mitigate the impacts of climate change. Judith Akolo, Channel 1 News.